Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutler Outdoors, a Combative Edge Salus rendition, if you will. Hey, before we get into this, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats are all over the place, man. Y'all know it, I know it. Some stats you read are up, some are down, but here's the main one. Anything over zero is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you, and man, you have a place here. You're welcome here. We're back to blue over here. We support Leo all to the chagrin of many. How do you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law. And when we do, because we accept responsibility. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. So here's the deal. This is the Salus. It is built by Combative Edge. This particular one was built by Combative Edge USA here in the States. My guy Grugsy asked me if I wanted to check this out. Grugs at Legion Tactical. I said, yeah, man. So when it got here, he said, brother, I've already got one. This is yours. So shout out, man, to Grugs. What an awesome dude and what an awesome gift. Thank you, my brother. So this is now my Salus. So here's the deal, guys. Grugsy did a review on this. He played with this. He tore it up, beat it up. Not literally tore it up, but he played with it a lot. Then he honed it up, sharpened it, and sent it to me, which, again, I'm forever thankful for. And then I was supposed to review it earlier in the week, so I started stabbing a bunch of tires. So here's kind of a caveat to this review. I've stabbed a tire probably 30 or 40 times seriously before you ever see me cut thing one other than a tire. So know that going in. Also know this isn't the factory edge. So here's what I'm going to do. I love everything about this damn knife. This is one of those knives that scream at me. As soon as I open the box, there's just something about it. I can't explain it. It was a little bit longer, a little bit bigger than I thought. It feels the hand good, and I love the knife. So here's what I'm going to do. This review is more of a, hey, let's test the toughness, the heat treat. Let's see what we got here review. Then I'm going to send it to DJ Horn to reprofile it, get it sharp as shit, send it back, and we'll do a kind of a skills thing. What can we do with it thing? But here's what I want you to understand. We started off with the phone book paper. We always do. It cut a little bit. It's got a pretty good edge to it. Grugsy did a pretty good job, and for stabbing a tire 37 times, I'd say it's not bad. Now we're going to do this, then we're going to go up to a little thicker, to a printer paper to give you a little bit better idea. And there you can see it will cut paper. Why does that matter? Well, that's going to factor in as we go. This is our starting point for the demonstration. Let me give you some specs. It was made by Combative Edge USA. It is the Salus. It's spelled S-A-L-U-S. The overall length is 10 1/4. It is made from 3V, 3/16 blade stock. Now, I pulled these with a tape measure. And you see right there, I got in that damn sharpening choil. The blade length's 5 1/2. The cutting edge is 4 1/2. The handle, this is big. Now, the overall length of the handle is 4 1/2. Okay, it's canvas micarta or that rough micarta. So grippy. But here's the big thing about the handle. That inner grip is 4 inches. That will accommodate 95% of the population's hand. An inner grip is one of the most important things, in my opinion. This one's 4 inches. 4 1/8. Man, that's spot on. The other thing is it's beautifully balanced. All right? Now, here's the thing. I've said that like 76 times. This is the Donnie B All Day drop test. This is the Donnie B All Day throw it at the stump. Very well balanced blade. It is a Tonto. I'm hoping to give you some better looks because that point is specifically made for stabbing, for penetration. With the guys from Combative Edge, a lot of them are veteran, a lot of them serve. So bear that in mind. This would be more of a combat utility knife, and it gets it done. So, because I'm going to tell you right now, we put the damn thing through the ringer. Now, this is my zip tie test. I do this specifically for one reason and one reason only. Not really to test the sharpness, okay? Because you can twist the damn things off of there. We do it to put pressure on that edge, right? Will it roll it? Will it chip it? Now, this is 3V. This is some tough stuff and rapidly becoming one of my favorite steels. I'll tell you this, it got such big bites on my war club here, and you can see me kind of push in that I had to turn around and actually go with the grain instead of against it because it bit it so hard. So the edge profile was there. It was spot on, right? And we're just doing some shavings here. What you're going to see is our typical stuff. I tried to do a little more stabbing, hence stabbing all the tires. This is 1/4 inch sidewall of a tire from an old Dodge truck. It's steel belted. What we do here is take 8 to 10 inch punches. Sometimes I'll put my thumb across it, and let me just say this, to put a little more driving power on it, I think I do it on one of the, yep, right there. That's wig splitter, that pommel, whatever you want to call it, skull crusher, coconut smash, whatever, is rounded, and it's very comfortable. It's very conducive for putting your thumb there and stabbing. Now, we did a lot of stabbing. This is the John Peters stab test. That don't mean we're stabbing John. That means he come up with the test. But we do a lot, and now we're just going to stab the stump. We're going to do some different things, a little bit of prying, a little bit of pushing, a little bit of stress there. But basically what I do a lot of times for the stab test, yes, it is for the tip, but it's also for the handles. Does anything move? Is there any shock? No. I'll say this for the handle. I said canvas micarta. That's probably wrong. It feels more like a burlappy type micarta. Very, very grippy. If you combine this micarta with a glove, son, you couldn't knock it out of your hand with a baseball bat. I'll tell you that right now. The handle feels good in hand, and it got comfortable. Now, what you're seeing here is steel belted sandblast hose, okay? I'm a sandblaster powder coater by trade, so when hoses blow out, it's a godsend for me because I get some mediums that are a little bit tougher, right? This is 1 inch, it's 1 inch sandblast hose, steel belted. It's about 3/16 inches thick. So what we did here is just like with the tip, just straight push cuts. The tips are sharp, and I don't know the terms for it. I do apologize. The tips are sharp as the blade and does really, really well. Now, again, bear in mind, this is a used edge that I stabbed a ton of tires with. I put out shorts. I've done all that. You can see the steel belting there. We were still able to get some really, really, really nice fine curls right here. You can see them rolling off. And we used all parts of the blade. Now, it looks like to me, and I'll try to show you a better view of it here in a minute, there's a slight recurve on this blade. Ever so slight. I'll try to show it to you. But for wood processing, man, this thing's a dream. And here's the deal. Even if it's not meant for that, guys, I say this all the time, kind of being smart, kind of being funny, but honestly, I can't go out and stab or fight people with it. So what we try to do is do tests that are conducive to being able to use the knife. Here's that 2-inch toe strap. And for anybody that thinks this is easy or soft, go get you some and get on it. This, like I said, the edge is used. We've cut the tires a bunch. So for it to even go through here, I was pretty damn impressed. Y'all seen it cut the polypropylene rope up front. We're going to cut the hose. Here's the thing. In a minute, I'm going to get a longer piece of that sandblast hose. We're going to do kind of a bow drill hole in it, right? And then we're going to cut it. I was pretty impressed with that. I was impressed overall with how comfortable this knife was in hand. I was impressed with how there's no shock in the handle. No real hot spots. I do a lot of batoning here towards the end. We really get down on the batoning through knots, batoning through all kind of different mediums, just to put pressure on that edge. You say, Scab, what does that do if it's a used edge? Well, here's the deal. Used edge or not, we want to beat it up. You understand what I'm saying? We can still kind of check the heat treat. We can still kind of see if we're on par. I'm going to tell you right now, the heat treat's spot on. DJ will put an edge on this thing, son, and we'll cut a portal in time. Here's the deal. Everything I cut in this video, too, was more or less out of position. I try not to set up perfect factors or lay stuff out perfectly. My stump is damn near gone. Good Lord willing, I'll get another one this week. Richard's got me a couple. I'm giving one to Gary and Pandaloop. But we try to do things out of position. Why? Because life's out of position. A lot of what you see me doing, guys, you're like, well, here's the other side. This is a different style knife than I'm used to. Now, it's got some nice jimping and a ramp on the back. I love that. And it's got jimping on both sides of the ramp, so you can really get down. It's got 2 choils on it, so you can really get a good, close fencing grip and do some fine work. Now, you can see there the 2 choils. See what I'm talking about there? You can really choke up on that. Now, we're getting to the strength of the knife here. I'm chopping, basically, guys, what I'm doing, there's a pocket, there's some fat lighter in there. So we're chopping right into that sap, that hardened sap. We're going to chop into that, and then we're going to do a little more batoning. Just to give you a good overall idea, I'll give you a look at the edge. There was no chipping, no rolls, no nothing. spot on. So I can work with this. I love the knife. Very comfortable, very workable. The other thing is this. It's not a chopper, guys, but it didn't do bad. It landed where I wanted it to land. It was very easy to control. Now here, we're just going to try to process this up. I do this every damn time. I misplaced my baton, and then I'm so OCD with certain things, unorganized as shit with most, but certain things like where the hell's my baton? Anyway, moving on. It did great during the baton. Listen, y'all can see that stump is about to go, so hopefully this week we'll get another one. Overall thoughts on the knife. This thing's badass, man. It just is. It's made in the USA. It's 3V. It's very comfortable in hand. It's balanced. It's everything you want a knife to be. And we're going to do some serious batoning here. Let me get a couple quick shout outs in. Donnie B all day. My brother from another mother is working his ass off. Shout out to him. Shout out to Steel Forged and Fire Sword and Knife. My brother Joe. He's putting out some great content, doing good things. And then, of course, Grugsy, Legion Tactical. Again, my brother, thank you so much. Shout out to him. There's Pistol Pete. There's the Angry Jackalope, my brother Charles Jones, the Redneck Nerd. Guys, these are all fantastic channels, okay? I put a couple new channels up on my community page. Please go check those out. Some great channels there, and we'll work on more shout-outs as we go this week. Well, back to the knife. Here's the deal. Went to the studio. Guys, y'all don't know. Y'all really don't know how excited I am about this thing. It rained on me Friday and Saturday, but I think we got a good week coming up. And I feel like about a week or two, just solid week or two out on the weekends working, we can have this thing and move out there full time. Plus, when I get my stumps out there, we'll start moving there more and more. Do I love the knife? Man, I love knives. I have a passion for knives. And again, guys, I covered it in a video last night. It ain't a sales pitch. These guys make a great knife. It stood up to the test. Now, we wore that edge out, son. We wore it out. So when it goes to cut paper at the end, this edge has had it. And there's probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 hours of total work that I put in, not including what Grugsy put in on this edge. It did pretty damn good. I'm impressed with these guys. Well, guys, here's the deal. Here's the deal, Lucille. I love y'all. God knows I do. God bless y'all. I hope he does. This is the Combative Edge Salus. Now, these guys are on Instagram. I'm on Instagram as well. Go over there. It's Choir Boys Cutlery. Y'all can see that edge is about had it. We'll tune all that up. Now, I walked, just so you know, I walked straight in, got a quick shower, and did this. There's no stropping, no nothing. All right? Guys, listen. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son. Oh, yeah, I'm on Instagram. Same name.